this is my tepid one. All right. I'm going to give you my tepid one. This one doesn't feel like I should be saying it. In fact, I nearly put it in last week's episode until I looked up the final ranking for Aaron Jones, who I listed as my running back drinking buddy. I was super high on Aaron Jones. Aaron Rodgers came out in the offseason talking about how both him and A.J. Dillon could both get 50 receptions, which to me meant that Aaron Jones would get 75 and A.J. Dillon would get 25. And with the lack of competition, which was very well established, we noticed, I think everybody noticed, there wasn't competition really for targets until Christian Watson came on later in the season. I expected more out of Aaron Jones from consistency, but he finished as the RB8 overall, the RB11 in points per game. He was going in the later second round, I believe, coming into redraft. So he did what you needed him to do from an overall perspective. But look at his consistency week to week, and you were not super happy with him all the time. I mean, you can say that about most running backs, I guess, this year, right? Like it kind of felt like a lot of running backs had those issues, I suppose, but his just seemed more pronounced. Maybe it's because we're homers and watching the games closer. I don't know. Whatever, man. But there was whole stretches like week 3 through week 6. He didn't crack the top 18. You know, like that's a stretch of just like, why am I playing this guy? And then when he comes around and gets RB4 in week 7, he might have ended up, hopefully not on your bench, but you might have considered it at that point. So it was up and down. He didn't close out the season super strong either for your playoffs. But you know what? Overall RB8, I'm going to count it here, but I'm not going to feel the best about it.
Yeah, and I will I agree 100% on everything you just said here about Aaron Jones. We watch those games every single week. I don't know what LaFleur was thinking there. I mean, there was games where he only got like 5-6 carries, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, and it's not like Dylan was getting a ton of carries either. You know, you could say, oh well, Dylan's stealing touches. No, they were just not game planning the running backs for some reason. It still floors me as why when you have two very talented running backs, you would do such a thing.
Yep.
But yeah, it was a real up and down season for Jones. Like I said, we saw it every week. Hopefully he's still with the Packers this next year. I think there's an out on his contract this year that allows the team to move on from him without a big dead cap hit. I think a lot of that's going to depend on what Rodgers does. But obviously, if he stays in this offense again, top 10, yeah, I can see that again for next year. And I'd be drafting him at that spot.
Yeah, I mean, he's going into his age 29 season for next year. Matt LaFleur did say he wants him back. For what it's worth, he was asked about him specifically. He said he wants him back. Aaron Jones, I would imagine, wants to come back. I can't imagine him going out and getting a big bag after, this year. It's not like he lit the world on fire. I don't think people will overpay for him, other teams. So, yeah, if he's back, I'm still in on probably a slightly deflated price, but my expectations are not going to be consistent running back one, but just a great, overall asset.